China is not just a country with a long history. It is a civilization where time never truly moves on. It layers itself, dynasty upon dynasty, belief upon belief, each leaving traces carved into mountains, buried beneath deserts, or sealed behind stone doors that have not been opened for centuries. Across vast plateaus and mist-covered peaks, ancient structures still stand where the modern world rarely looks. Monasteries cling to cliffs as if suspended between earth and sky. Forgotten cities lie silent beneath shifting sands or deep glass-still lakes. In these places, history does not announce itself loudly. It waits hidden, patient, and intact. For over 5,000 years, emperors ruled, monks meditated, scholars observed the heavens, and builders shaped stone and wood with knowledge far ahead of their time. Some of what they created has been carefully preserved, much more has been deliberately sealed away, and some sites, by choice or by circumstance, remain untouched, unexplored, and unexplained. Alongside documented history exists another layer, legends of strange lights on mountain slopes, chanting, echoing from deep within rock walls, tombs designed never to be entered again, and cities erased so completely that no written record remembers them. These stories may sound like myth, yet time and again, archaeology has proven that myth and truth in ancient China are often separated by only a thin veil. This journey is not about rewriting history, nor about claiming answers where none exist. It is about exploration, moving carefully through places where civilization once flourished in silence, where faith shaped landscapes, and where mysteries still endure. What remains hidden after 5 millennia? And how much of the ancient world is still watching, unseen? Welcome to the hidden ancient sites of China, where history has not ended, only withdrawn from view. Larunga Buddhist Academy, often referred to as Seda Monastery, is hidden deep within the remote mountains of Sertar, Seda County in Sichuan Province, Western China. Perched at an altitude of over 4,000 meters above sea level, the academy lies in a harsh yet breathtaking landscape where rolling grasslands meet steep valleys, thick clouds drift endlessly across the sky, and temperatures can change dramatically within a single day. This extreme environment reinforces the sense that Larunga exists far beyond the ordinary world, suspended between earth and sky. The academy was founded in 1980 by the highly respected Tibetan Buddhist master Khenpo Jigme Phuntsok. What began as a small retreat for serious practitioners rapidly evolved into one of the largest and most influential centers of Buddhist learning in the world. At its peak, Larunga was home to tens of thousands of monks and nuns who traveled from across Tibet, China, and neighboring regions to study advanced Buddhist philosophy, logic, debate, and meditation. One of its most remarkable features was the rare opportunity it offered for nuns to receive education at a level traditionally reserved for monks, including the chance to earn the highest academic degrees in Tibetan Buddhism. Visually, Larunga is unforgettable. Thousands of small, hand-built wooden houses, painted in deep red tones, blanket the surrounding hillsides, forming a dense, almost surreal pattern that stretches as far as the eye can see. Narrow footpaths wind between the dwellings, while prayer flags flutter constantly in the strong mountain winds. At the heart of the community stand large lecture halls and ceremonial spaces, where religious festivals, collective teachings, and philosophical debates take place. Despite the vast population, daily life follows a quiet rhythm shaped by discipline, simplicity, and devotion. Spiritual practice at Larunga is deeply rooted in traditional Tibetan Buddhist teachings, with a strong emphasis on impermanence and detachment. One of the most striking rituals associated with the academy is the traditional cremation practice performed on nearby hillsides. These ceremonies are not only acts of farewell, but also powerful reminders of life's transient nature, intended to cultivate wisdom and compassion among both practitioners and observers. Over the years, Larunga has also become surrounded by stories and legends. Tales circulate of extreme ascetic practices, intense physical endurance training in freezing conditions, and masters capable of extraordinary mental focus. Whether viewed as history, devotion, or myth, these narratives add to the Academy's mystique. Today, Larunga stands as a profound symbol of spiritual resilience, a place where ancient Buddhist wisdom continues to be pursued amid isolation, adversity, and the vast silence of the high plateau. Rising dramatically above the city of Lhasa, the Potala Palace stands as one of the most awe-inspiring architectural and spiritual landmarks in the world. Built atop Red Hill, at an elevation of over 3,700 meters above sea level, the palace dominates the surrounding landscape, its massive white and red walls appearing to grow directly out of the rocky mountain beneath. For centuries, the Potala Palace has symbolized the political authority, religious devotion, and spiritual heart of Tibetan Buddhism. The origins of the Potala Palace date back to the 7th century, during the reign of King Songtsen Gampo, who ordered the construction of an early palace on this site. However, the structure seen today largely took shape in the 17th century under the 5th Dalai Lama, who expanded and transformed it into the grand complex that would serve as the winter residence of successive Dalai Lamas. Despite being built without modern machinery, the palace has endured earthquakes, fierce winds, and extreme cold for hundreds of years, a testament to the advanced engineering knowledge of its builders. The Potala Palace is composed of two main sections, the White Palace and the Red Palace. The White Palace functioned as the administrative and residential area, where daily governance, study, and living quarters were located. In contrast, the Red Palace forms the spiritual core of the complex, housing chapels, meditation halls, libraries of sacred texts, and the golden stupas that contain the remains of past Dalai Lamas. These stupas, some covered in gold and adorned with precious stones, reflect both religious reverence and immense cultural wealth. Inside the palace, narrow corridors, dimly lit halls, and steep stairways lead visitors through a maze of sacred spaces filled with statues, murals, thangka paintings, and ancient manuscripts. Every detail follows strict symbolic rules rooted in Tibetan Buddhist cosmology, from color choices to spatial alignment. The thick stone walls, some reaching more than 3 meters wide, were designed to insulate against the cold while reinforcing the palace's fortress-like presence. Beyond its physical grandeur, the Potala Palace is deeply woven into Tibetan spiritual belief. Local legends suggest that the site was chosen through divine guidance and that protective deities continue to guard the palace from within its walls. Many believe the spirits of past Dalai Lamas still reside here, watching over Tibet and its people. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994, the Potala Palace remains not only a monument of architectural brilliance, but also a powerful symbol of faith, endurance, and cultural identity. Standing between heaven and earth, it continues to inspire reverence, mystery, and quiet awe in all who behold it. Jokhang Temple is the spiritual heart of Tibetan Buddhism and one of the most sacred religious sites on the Tibetan Plateau. Located in the center of Lhasa's old city, the temple sits at an elevation of over 3,600 meters, surrounded by bustling pilgrimage paths where devotees have walked, prayed, and prostrated themselves for more than 1,000 years. Unlike grand palaces or remote monasteries, Jokhang is deeply woven into daily life, serving as a living center of faith rather than a distant monument. The temple was founded in the 7th century during the reign of King Songtsen Gampo, at a time when Buddhism was first taking root in Tibet. According to tradition, Jokhang was built to house a sacred statue of Shakyamuni Buddha, believed to have been brought to Tibet by a Nepalese or Chinese princess as part of a royal marriage alliance. This statue, known as Jawa Rinpoche, is regarded as the most holy image in Tibet and remains the central object of worship within the temple. Architecturally, Jokhang Temple is a unique blend of Tibetan, Han Chinese, Nepalese, and Indian influences, reflecting Tibet's historical role as a crossroads of cultures and beliefs. Its golden roof shines above the city skyline, while the interior reveals a labyrinth of chapels, dimly lit corridors, and centuries-old wooden pillars, darkened by incense smoke. Wall paintings and carvings depict Buddhist teachings, royal legends, and scenes from Tibetan history, creating a layered visual record of faith and time. One of Jokhang's most striking features is the constant presence of pilgrims. Many travel great distances across harsh terrain to reach the temple, performing full-body prostrations along the way. Inside, the air is thick with the scent of butter lamps, whose flickering light symbolizes devotion, wisdom, and the offering of one's inner self to enlightenment. The rhythmic chanting of mantras and the low hum of prayer wheels create an atmosphere that feels timeless and deeply immersive. Beyond its religious function, Jokhang Temple has long served as a center for education, scripture preservation, and monastic training. For centuries, monks gathered here to study Buddhist philosophy and copy sacred texts by hand, helping to preserve spiritual knowledge through turbulent historical periods. Recognized as part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Jokhang Temple stands not only as an architectural treasure, but as a living embodiment of Tibetan belief. It represents the enduring connection between faith, community, and history, an unbroken spiritual pulse that continues to beat at the heart of Lhasa. Mount Wutai, known in Chinese as Wutai Shan, is one of the 4 sacred Buddhist mountains of China and holds a unique place in East Asian religious history. Located in Shanxi province, the mountain range is named after its 5 flat peaks, which rise gently above the surrounding terrain and are often wrapped in mist, clouds, and sudden shifts of light. Unlike jagged alpine summits, Mount Wutai's open plateaus create a vast, tranquil landscape that has long been associated with wisdom, contemplation, and spiritual insight. From as early as the 1st century CE, Mount Wutai became closely linked to the Bodhisattva Manjushri, the embodiment of transcendent wisdom in Mahayana Buddhism. Ancient texts describe the mountain as Manjushri's earthly dwelling, a belief that transformed the region into a major pilgrimage destination. Over centuries, monks, scholars, emperors, and travelers journeyed here seeking clarity of mind, protection, and enlightenment. At its height, the mountain hosted hundreds of temples and monasteries, many of which still stand today, some dating back more than 1,000 years. The religious landscape of Mount Wutai is remarkable for its diversity. Temples representing both Han Chinese and Tibetan Buddhist traditions coexist side by side, reflecting centuries of cultural exchange. Grand stone halls, wooden pagodas, and secluded hermitages are scattered across valleys and ridges, each aligned carefully with the surrounding terrain according to traditional cosmological principles. One of the most famous structures is the wooden pagoda of Fogong Temple, a masterpiece of ancient timber construction that has survived for nearly a millennium without the use of modern reinforcements. Mount Wutai is also known for the many legends and unexplained phenomena associated with it. Pilgrims and monks have long reported sightings of mysterious lights in the sky, sudden changes in weather, and chanting sounds carried by the wind at night. These experiences are often interpreted as manifestations of Manjushri's presence, reinforcing the mountain's reputation as a sacred realm, where the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds feels unusually thin. Beyond its spiritual significance, the mountain's environment plays a crucial role in shaping the experience of those who visit. The high elevation results in cool summers, harsh winters, and frequent fog, creating conditions well suited to long periods of meditation and retreat. Ancient forests, alpine meadows, and protected wildlife add to the sense of isolation and purity. Today, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Mount Wutai remains a living center of devotion. It stands as a powerful symbol of Buddhist wisdom, where nature, architecture, and belief come together to form one of China's most enduring sacred landscapes. Mount Zhuhua, located in Anhui Province, is one of the 4 sacred Buddhist mountains of China and is traditionally associated with Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva Ditatang Vung Botat, the guardian of souls and the savior of beings suffering in the realms of the afterlife. Compared to other sacred mountains known for grandeur and imperial patronage, Mount Zhuhua carries a quieter, more solemn spiritual atmosphere, closely tied to compassion, vows, and the mystery of life and death. The mountain's rise as a major Buddhist center began during the Tang dynasty, when a monk from the Korean kingdom of Silla, known in Chinese records as Kim Chiaojue, arrived to practice asceticism on the mountain. According to tradition, he lived in deep meditation for decades and passed away at an advanced age. When his body was later examined, it was said to show little to no decay, leading followers to believe he was a manifestation of Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva. This event transformed Mount Zhuhua into a sacred destination for those seeking spiritual protection for the deceased and guidance through karmic suffering. Today, Mount Zhuhua is home to more than 90 temples and monasteries, many built along steep cliffs, forested slopes, and mist-covered valleys. Wooden halls, stone stairways, and incense-filled courtyards blend seamlessly with the surrounding landscape, creating an environment that feels deeply introspective. Unlike grand ceremonial complexes, the temples here emphasize quiet practice, chanting, and meditation, reinforcing the mountain's reputation as a place for inner reflection rather than spectacle. One of the most striking aspects of Mount Zhuhua is the presence of preserved bodies of revered monks, often referred to as flesh bodies. These remains, kept in temple halls, are venerated as physical evidence of extraordinary spiritual cultivation. Their existence has long inspired both devotion and debate, adding a layer of mystery that continues to draw pilgrims and researchers alike. Mount Zhuhua is also surrounded by legends that blur the line between history and belief. Locals speak of strange lights appearing near temples at night, chanting sounds echoing through the valleys, and halls aligned not strictly by traditional temple orientation, but by celestial events, such as solstices or planetary cycles. Whether interpreted as spiritual signs or symbolic storytelling, these accounts deepen the mountain's enigmatic character. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Mount Jiahua stands as a powerful symbol of mercy and salvation in Chinese Buddhism. It represents a sacred space where faith confronts mortality and where the pursuit of enlightenment is inseparable from compassion for all sentient beings. The Mogao Caves, also known as the Thousand Buddha Grottos, are among the most extraordinary religious and artistic treasures in the world. Located near the oasis city of Dunhuang, on the edge of the Gobi Desert, this vast cave complex stretches along sandstone cliffs, overlooking ancient Silk Road routes that once connected China with Central Asia, India, and the Mediterranean world. For more than 1,000 years, Mogao stood at the cultural crossroads of civilizations, absorbing influences from diverse lands and beliefs. The construction of the Mogao Caves began in the 4th century, inspired, according to legend, by a monk who saw a radiant vision of 1,000 Buddhas shining on the cliff face. What started as a single meditation cave gradually expanded into a monumental complex of over 700 caves carved directly into the rock. These caves contain tens of thousands of painted figures, sculptures, and decorative motifs, some covering entire walls and ceilings, making Mogao one of the largest surviving repositories of Buddhist art in existence. Inside the caves, visitors encounter an astonishing range of artistic styles that evolved over centuries. Early murals show strong Indian and Central Asian influences, while later works reveal a distinctly Chinese aesthetic. Giant seated Buddhas, some towering more than 30 meters high, share space with delicate depictions of bodhisattvas, flying apsaras, and scenes of everyday life along the Silk Road. Beyond their spiritual meaning, these images provide rare visual records of ancient clothing, architecture, music, and social customs. One of the most remarkable discoveries at Mogao occurred in the early 20th century, when a sealed cave, later known as the Library Cave, was opened after being closed for nearly 900 years. Inside were tens of thousands of manuscripts, printed texts, paintings, and official documents written in multiple languages. This hidden archive transformed modern understanding of Buddhism, trade, politics, and cultural exchange in medieval Asia. The desert environment surrounding Dunhuang played a crucial role in preserving the caves. Dry air, minimal rainfall, and dramatic temperature changes helped protect the fragile murals and sculptures for centuries. Even so, many caves are now closed to the public to prevent further damage, highlighting the delicate balance between preservation and access. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Mogao Caves stand as a silent chronicle of faith, art, and human connection. They reveal how spiritual devotion, creativity, and cross-cultural exchange flourished along one of history's greatest trade routes, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire awe and mystery today. The Longmen Grottos, located along the banks of the Yi River near the ancient capital of Luoyang in Henan Province, represent one of the greatest achievements of Buddhist stone carving in Chinese history. Carved directly into steep limestone cliffs on both sides of the river, the site forms a dramatic natural gallery where religion, art, and imperial power converge. For over 4 centuries, Longmen served as a monumental expression of devotion, craftsmanship, and political authority. Work on the Longmen Grottos began in the late 5th century during the Northern Wei dynasty, when Luoyang became the imperial capital. Construction continued through the Sui and Tang dynasties, resulting in a vast complex of more than 2,000 to 300 caves and niches containing over 100,000 Buddhist statues, along with thousands of inscriptions and stone reliefs. These carvings range from small, delicate figures only a few centimeters tall to monumental statues towering several meters above the river. The artistic evolution, visible at Longmen, is one of its most valuable features. Early Northern Wei statues reflect strong Central Asian and Indian influences, characterized by slender bodies, solemn expressions, and stylized drapery. As time progressed into the Tang dynasty, the figures became more naturalistic and expressive, with fuller forms and serene faces that would later define classical Chinese Buddhist art. The most famous example is the colossal Vairocana Buddha in the Fengxian Temple, whose calm expression is believed to have been inspired by the image of Empress Wu Zetian herself. Beyond religious devotion, the grottos also served as a political statement. Emperors, nobles, and high-ranking officials sponsored the carving of statues to gain spiritual merit, legitimize their rule, and demonstrate loyalty to Buddhism. Thousands of inscriptions carved beside the figures record donors' names, prayers, and historical events, turning Longmen into a stone archive of imperial society. Despite centuries of natural erosion and human damage, the site retains a powerful presence. Legends speak of chanting sounds echoing from the cliffs at night and of the Buddhas silently watching over the river below. While such stories belong more to folklore than history, they reflect the deep spiritual impact the grottos continue to have on visitors. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Longmen Grottos stand as enduring evidence of China's artistic mastery and religious devotion. They reveal how stone, faith, and power were shaped together into one of the most profound sacred landscapes in East Asia. The Yunnan Grottos, known in Vietnamese as Van Cuong Thach Dong, are one of the three greatest Buddhist cave temple complexes in China and a masterpiece of early stone carving art. Located near the city of Datong in Shaanxi province, the grottos are carved into sandstone cliffs, stretching more than 1 kilometer along the Wuzhou Mountains. This monumental site marks a crucial moment in the introduction and transformation of Buddhism within Chinese civilization. Construction of the Yunnan Grottos began in the late 5th century during the Northern Wei dynasty, a period when Buddhism was strongly supported by the imperial court. Emperors and elite patrons commissioned massive cave temples as acts of devotion and as symbols of political legitimacy. Over several decades, artisans carved more than 250 caves and niches containing approximately 51,000 Buddha statues, ranging from tiny relief figures to colossal images over 16 meters tall. What makes Yunnan especially significant is the diversity of artistic influences preserved in stone. Early statues display strong elements from Indian Gandhara and Central Asian traditions, evident in the facial features, robe styles, and symmetrical postures. As carving progressed, these foreign elements gradually merged with local Chinese aesthetics, resulting in softer expressions, fuller faces, and more natural body proportions. This visible transition documents the process by which Buddhism adapted to Chinese culture. The most famous section of the site is the group of large caves known as the Five Great Caves, each housing a monumental, seated Buddha. These statues are believed to represent past emperors, symbolically linking imperial authority with Buddhist cosmology. The scale, precision, and harmony of these carvings demonstrate an advanced understanding of stone engineering, spatial planning, and artistic composition for the time. Beyond their artistic value, the Yungang grottos also served as centers of worship, meditation, and teaching. Carved ceilings, decorative columns, and walls filled with celestial musicians, bodhisattvas, and protective deities create immersive, sacred spaces designed to guide practitioners toward enlightenment. Despite centuries of weathering, erosion, and historical upheaval, the Yungang grottos remain remarkably well preserved. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they stand as powerful testimony to the early flourishing of Buddhism in China and to the human ability to transform solid rock into enduring expressions of faith, culture, and spiritual aspiration. The Pingyao Grottos, located near the historic city of Pingyao in Shanxi Province, represent one of the lesser-known yet remarkably well-preserved Buddhist cave sites in northern China. Unlike more famous grotto complexes that were created under direct imperial patronage, the Pingyao Grottos reflect a quieter, community-driven form of religious devotion. Carved into limestone cliffs on the outskirts of the ancient city, these caves offer a rare glimpse into how Buddhism was practiced and experienced at a local level over many centuries. The grottos were carved by hand directly into the rock, forming spacious chambers that reach depths of more than 15 meters, with ceilings rising high above the cave floors. Instead of relying on added construction materials, ancient builders carefully preserved natural stone pillars to support the ceilings, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of structural balance and rock stability. This method allowed the caves to withstand earthquakes, moisture, and time far better than many later structures. Inside the Pingyao grottos, visitors encounter rows of Buddha and Bodhisattva statues carved in high relief along the walls. Many of these figures still retain traces of their original mineral pigments, revealing delicate facial expressions, flowing robes, and symbolic hand gestures, despite being over 1,000 years old. The carvings depict scenes of Buddhist teachings, monastic life, and the salvation of sentient beings, blending religious instruction with artistic storytelling. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Pingyao grottos is their internal layout. Several caves are connected by narrow passages and hidden tunnels, some of which have not yet been fully explored or mapped. These concealed corridors suggest that the site may have served multiple functions, including meditation retreats, ritual movement, or even refuge during periods of unrest. The true extent of the underground network remains uncertain, adding an element of mystery to the complex. Unlike major pilgrimage centers, the Pingyao grottos were never heavily altered or rebuilt, which helped preserve their original form. The surrounding region's relatively dry climate further protected the stone carvings from severe erosion. Today, the grottos stand as a quiet counterpart to the grand religious monuments of China, less monumental in scale, but rich in atmosphere and historical depth. Together with the nearby walled city of Pingyao, the Pingyao grottos form a cultural landscape that reflects the spiritual life of ordinary believers. They remain a valuable and largely unpublicized chapter in the story of Chinese Buddhist art and cave architecture. Daming Palace was the political and ceremonial heart of the Tang dynasty, and one of the largest and most magnificent palace complexes ever built in ancient China. Located in what is now the city of Xi'an, the palace once stood as a powerful symbol of imperial authority at a time when the Tang dynasty represented the height of Chinese civilization in politics, culture, and international influence. In both scale and design, Daming Palace far surpassed later imperial complexes, including the Forbidden City. Construction of Daming Palace began in the early 7th century during the reign of Emperor Taizong and was further expanded under Emperor Gaozong and Empress Wu Zetian. The palace served as the main residence and administrative center for Tang emperors for more than 2 centuries. At its peak, the complex covered an enormous area of several square kilometers and contained dozens of major halls, courtyards, towers, and long corridors arranged along carefully planned central and secondary axes. Architecturally, Daming Palace reflected advanced urban planning and engineering knowledge. Buildings were constructed primarily from timber, using sophisticated joinery techniques, while the foundations incorporated earthquake-resistant designs and complex drainage systems to manage seasonal rainfall. The main halls were elevated on massive platforms, emphasizing imperial power and creating clear visual hierarchy within the palace grounds. Wide ceremonial avenues connected key structures, allowing for grand processions and state rituals. Daming Palace was not merely a royal residence. It was the stage upon which many of the most important decisions in Tang history were made. Major political reforms, military strategies, economic policies, and diplomatic receptions with foreign envoys all took place within its walls. Emperors such as Gaozong, Xuanzong, and the influential Empress Wu Zetian governed the empire from this vast complex, overseeing a period of unprecedented cultural and economic prosperity. Despite its former grandeur, Daming Palace was gradually abandoned and fell into ruin after the decline of the Tang dynasty. Fires, warfare, and centuries of neglect reduced the once splendid halls to buried foundations and scattered remnants. Modern archaeological excavations have uncovered palace platforms, structural layouts, and everyday artifacts, allowing historians to reconstruct its original scale and function. Today, the remains of Daming Palace form a large archaeological park and stand as a powerful reminder of China's golden age. Though the wooden structures have vanished, the palace's legacy endures as a symbol of imperial ambition, advanced planning, and the extraordinary achievements of Tang civilization. The Forbidden City stands at the very heart of Beijing and represents the pinnacle of imperial power in traditional China. For more than 5 centuries, from the early 15th century until the fall of the Qing dynasty in 1911, this vast palace complex served as the political center of the Chinese Empire and the private residence of its emperors. Enclosed by massive walls and a wide moat, the Forbidden City was designed to separate the ruler from the outside world, reinforcing the idea of the emperor as the son of heaven. Construction of the Forbidden City began in 1406 during the Ming Dynasty and took nearly 15 years to complete. Hundreds of thousands of workers and artisans were involved in building a complex that would embody cosmic order, hierarchy, and absolute authority. Covering an area of more than 180 acres and containing over 8,700 rooms, the palace is the largest and best preserved imperial architectural complex in the world. The layout of the Forbidden City follows strict principles of traditional Chinese cosmology and ritual order. A central north-south axis divides the complex into outer and inner courts, with the most important ceremonial halls aligned along this axis. The outer court was used for state rituals, imperial ceremonies, and major political events, while the inner court functioned as the emperor's living quarters and the private world of the imperial family. Every gate, hall, and courtyard was carefully positioned to reflect hierarchy and control. Architecturally, the Forbidden City is a masterpiece of wooden construction. The buildings were assembled using sophisticated mortise and tenon joinery, allowing the structures to remain flexible and resilient over centuries. Bright red walls symbolized happiness and power, while the golden yellow glazed roof tiles were reserved exclusively for the emperor. Thick defensive walls and fortified gates were designed not only for protection, but also to project authority and permanence. Life inside the Forbidden City was highly controlled and shrouded in secrecy. Thousands of officials, concubines, servants, and eunuchs lived and worked within its walls, bound by strict rules and rituals. Hidden corridors and secluded courtyards allowed the emperor to move unseen, maintaining both security and mystique. Over time, countless intrigues, conspiracies, and personal tragedies unfolded behind the palace gates, leaving an enduring sense of mystery. Today, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Forbidden City stands as a monumental record of imperial China. Beyond its architectural grandeur, it embodies centuries of political power, cultural tradition, and human drama, an enduring symbol of a world that once ruled from behind closed doors. The Summer Palace, located in the northwestern outskirts of Beijing, is one of the most celebrated examples of classical Chinese garden design and imperial leisure architecture. Unlike the rigid formality of the Forbidden City, the Summer Palace was conceived as a place of retreat, a landscape where emperors could escape the pressures of court life and immerse themselves in harmony with nature. Blending lakes, hills, gardens, and architectural structures, the palace reflects the traditional Chinese ideal of balance between humanity and the natural world. The origins of the Summer Palace date back to the 18th century during the Qing dynasty, when Emperor Qianlong ordered the construction of a vast imperial garden complex centered around Kunming Lake and Longevity Hill. Inspired by famous scenic landscapes from across China, the design transformed the area into a carefully composed, natural painting. Hills were shaped, waterways redirected, and pavilions positioned to create changing views at every turn, ensuring that no two perspectives felt the same. Architecturally, the Summer Palace features a rich variety of structures, including halls, pagodas, bridges, corridors, and temples. The most iconic of these is the Long Corridor, a covered walkway stretching more than 700 meters and decorated with thousands of painted panels depicting scenes from history, mythology, and classical literature. Stone bridges with graceful arches span the lake, while ornate pavilions provide spaces for rest, poetry, and contemplation. Together, these elements demonstrate the high level of craftsmanship achieved by Qing dynasty artisans. The Summer Palace also carries a dramatic historical narrative. During the late 19th century, it was heavily damaged during foreign invasions, only to be rebuilt under the direction of Empress Dowager Cixi. She expanded and restored the complex, using it as her primary residence and political base in her later years. As a result, the palace became not only a place of leisure, but also a symbol of power, controversy, and the final chapter of imperial rule in China. Beyond its political history, the Summer Palace is deeply connected to cultural symbolism. The layout follows traditional principles of landscape aesthetics, where water represents calm and reflection, while elevated ground symbolizes stability and authority. Seasonal changes transform the scenery, reinforcing the idea of impermanence and renewal, central to Chinese philosophy. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Summer Palace remains a timeless masterpiece of landscape architecture. It stands as a testament to how nature, art, and imperial ambition were woven together to create a space of beauty, symbolism, and enduring cultural significance. The old Summer Palace, known in Chinese as Yuan, was once the most magnificent imperial garden complex of the Qing dynasty and a symbol of artistic perfection and imperial refinement. Located northwest of Beijing, it far exceeded the present-day Summer Palace in both scale and creativity. Often described as the Garden of Gardens, Yuan represented the highest achievement of Chinese landscape design, blending natural scenery with architectural imagination on an unprecedented level. Construction of the old Summer Palace began in the early 18th century and continued for generations under emperors such as Kangxi, Yongzheng, and Qianlong. The vast complex covered hundreds of hectares and consisted of lakes, rivers, hills, gardens, palaces, libraries, and ceremonial halls. Designers sought to recreate famous scenic locations from across China within a single space, allowing the emperor to experience the entire empire symbolically without leaving the capital. What made Yuan truly unique was its remarkable fusion of Chinese and Western architectural styles. Alongside traditional pavilions, bridges, and gardens, the palace featured a section of European-style structures designed by Jesuit missionaries serving at the Qing court. These buildings included fountains, stone palaces, and mechanical water features that amazed contemporaries and demonstrated the Qing dynasty's openness to foreign knowledge and technology. This combination created a cultural landscape unlike anything else in China at the time. Beyond its beauty, the old Summer Palace functioned as a center of intellectual and cultural life. It housed rare books, paintings, calligraphy, and priceless artifacts collected from across the empire. Emperors used the palace as a place for governance, artistic creation, and scholarly exchange, making it both a retreat and a working seat of power. fate of Yuanmingyuan took a tragic turn in 1860, when foreign troops looted and burned the complex during military conflict. Countless treasures were destroyed or taken overseas, and the once glorious palace was reduced to ruins. The deliberate destruction of such a cultural treasure left a deep scar in Chinese historical memory and remains a powerful symbol of national loss. Today, the ruins of the old summer palace are preserved as a historical site and open-air memorial. Broken columns, stone foundations, and overgrown waterways stand as silent witnesses to its former splendor. More than a ruin, Yuanmingyuan represents both the height of imperial artistry and a lasting reminder of the fragility of cultural heritage in the face of conflict. The mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, located near Xi'an in Shaanxi province, is one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries in human history. Built for Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor to unify China in the 3rd century BCE, the vast burial complex reflects both his absolute power in life and his belief in ruling eternally after death. Hidden beneath the earth for more than 2,000 years, the site reveals a vision of the afterlife on an unprecedented scale. The most famous component of the mausoleum is the terracotta army, discovered accidentally in 1974 by local farmers digging a well. Excavations revealed thousands of life-size clay soldiers, horses, chariots, and officials arranged in battle formations, positioned to guard the emperor in the next world. To date, more than 8,000 figures have been identified, and remarkably, no two soldiers are exactly alike. Each statue displays unique facial features, hairstyles, armor details, and expressions, suggesting an extraordinary level of craftsmanship and organization. Originally, the terracotta figures were brightly painted in vivid colors, though most pigments faded rapidly after exposure to air. Alongside the statues, archaeologists uncovered real bronze weapons, swords, spears, crossbows, many of which remain sharp and corrosion-resistant even today, demonstrating advanced metallurgical techniques. These details emphasize that the army was not symbolic alone, but carefully designed to function as a realistic force. The main tomb of Qin Shi Huang himself remains unopened. Ancient historical texts describe a subterranean palace filled with treasures, mechanical traps, and flowing rivers of mercury, meant to represent the seas and waterways of the empire. Modern scientific surveys have detected unusually high mercury levels in the soil, lending credibility to these accounts. However, concerns about preserving the site and the unknown internal environment have delayed excavation of the central burial chamber. Beyond archaeology, the mausoleum is surrounded by mystery and legend. Some records speak of hidden traps designed to kill intruders, while others suggest that the construction required immense human sacrifice. Whether fully true or partly myth, these stories reflect the fear and awe inspired by Qin Shi Huang's rule. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang and the Terracotta Army stand as monumental evidence of early imperial ambition, technological mastery, and humanity's enduring desire to transcend death through legacy and power. The Eastern Qing tombs form one of the largest and most important imperial burial complexes in China, representing the final resting place of emperors, empresses, and members of the Qing royal family. Located in Hebei province, northeast of Beijing, the site was carefully chosen according to traditional feng shui principles, with mountains at the back, open plains in front, and natural waterways believed to channel imperial energy. Together, these elements created a landscape thought to ensure peace in the afterlife and stability for the dynasty in the world of the living. Construction of the Eastern Qing tombs began in the 17th century with the burial of Emperor Shunji, the first Qing ruler to govern all of China. Over the next 2 centuries, the complex expanded to include more than 15 major tombs, including those of emperors, empresses, consorts, and princes. Each tomb follows a strict hierarchical layout, with spirit paths lined by stone statues, ceremonial gates, underground chambers, and burial halls arranged along central axes. Among the most famous burials at the Eastern Qing tombs is that of Empress Dowager Cixi, one of the most powerful women in Chinese history. Her tomb was renowned for its lavish construction and extraordinary wealth, containing gold, jade, pearls, and priceless ritual objects. In 1928, the tomb was illegally looted by warlord forces, an event that shocked the nation and caused irreparable damage to the structure and its contents. This incident remains one of the most controversial episodes in modern Chinese archaeological history. Despite this tragedy, much of the Eastern Qing tombs complex remains intact and largely unexplored. Archaeological surveys and ground-penetrating studies have suggested the existence of underground corridors, hidden chambers, and possibly secondary burial rooms not mentioned in historical records. Some tombs also deviate from standard feng shui alignments, leading researchers to speculate that these irregularities may have been deliberate, designed to conceal entrances or protect hidden vaults from intruders. The Eastern Qing tombs are surrounded by forests, hills, and ancient stone pathways that enhance their solemn and mysterious atmosphere. Legends persist of secret tunnel systems connecting tombs, allowing imperial spirits to meet at night, though no definitive evidence has been found. These stories, passed down through generations, reflect the enduring fascination with death, power, and the unknown. Today, recognized as part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Eastern Qing tombs stand as a profound symbol of Qing imperial authority and beliefs about the afterlife. They offer a silent, yet powerful testimony to how architecture, ritual, and landscape were united to honor rulers whose influence shaped the final chapter of China's imperial era. The Ming tombs are a vast imperial burial complex that serves as the final resting place of 13 emperors of the Ming dynasty, one of the most powerful and long-lasting dynasties in Chinese history. Located in a wide valley north of Beijing, the site was carefully selected according to traditional feng shui principles, with protective mountains behind, open land in front, and natural water systems believed to channel auspicious energy. This landscape was intended to ensure eternal peace for the emperors and continued prosperity for the empire. Construction of the Ming tombs began in the early 15th century with the burial of the Yongle Emperor, the ruler who moved the capital to Beijing and commissioned the Forbidden City. Over more than 200 years, successive emperors chose this sacred valley as their burial ground, gradually transforming it into a monumental necropolis. Each tomb follows a similar ceremonial layout, connected by the sacred way, a long processional path lined with massive stone statues of officials, animals, and mythical guardians, symbolizing power, protection, and cosmic order. The underground burial chambers of the Ming tombs were masterpieces of ancient engineering. Built deep beneath the earth, they featured stone arches, sealed passageways, and carefully planned ventilation and drainage systems. These designs were meant to preserve the emperor's body and burial goods while preventing water damage and tomb robbery. Despite their sophistication, only one of the 13 imperial tombs, the tomb of the Wanli Emperor, has ever been officially excavated. The excavation of the Wanli Emperor's tomb in the 1950s revealed hundreds of priceless artifacts, including gold crowns, jade ornaments, silk garments, and the remarkably preserved remains of the emperor and his empresses. However, the excavation also sparked controversy. Poor preservation techniques at the time led to the deterioration of many artifacts, and rumors later circulated about unexplained illnesses and deaths among those involved, adding an aura of unease and mystery to the site. Today, the remaining 12 Ming tombs remain sealed and strictly protected. Legends persist that underground tunnels may connect some of the tombs, allowing the spirits of emperors to meet in the afterlife, though no scientific proof has confirmed these claims. Archaeologists continue to approach the site with caution, balancing the desire for knowledge with respect for cultural heritage. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Ming tombs stand as a powerful reminder of imperial authority, death rituals, and humanity's desire to preserve legacy beyond life. They embody both the grandeur of Ming rule and the unanswered questions that still lie hidden beneath the earth. Pingyao Ancient City is one of the best preserved walled cities in China and a rare living example of traditional urban planning from imperial times. Located in Shaanxi province, the city retains nearly its entire original layout, defensive structures, and architectural character, offering a vivid window into everyday life during the Ming and Qing dynasties. Unlike many historic cities that were heavily modernized, Pingyao has remained remarkably intact for over 6 centuries. The city's defensive walls were originally constructed in the Ming dynasty and later reinforced during the Qing period. Rising about 10 meters high and stretching roughly 6 kilometers in length, the walls form a nearly perfect square with 6 main gates. Watchtowers, battlements, and deep moats once made Pingyao a formidable stronghold, capable of withstanding prolonged attacks. From above, the city's layout is said to resemble a turtle, a traditional symbol of longevity and protection. Inside the walls, Pingyao follows a strict grid pattern based on Confucian ideals of order and hierarchy. Government offices, temples, ancestral halls, markets, and residential quarters were arranged according to social rank and function. The streets are paved with stone slabs worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, while traditional courtyard houses, built of grey, brick, and timber line narrow alleys. These structures were designed to balance privacy, climate control, and communal living. Beyond its architectural value, Pingyao played a crucial role in China's economic history. During the 18th and 19th centuries, it became the center of China's early banking system. The city was home to the first draft banks, known as piaohao, which allowed merchants to transfer money securely across long distances. This financial innovation connected Pingyao to major trade networks and made it a hub of wealth and influence far beyond its geographic size. Culturally, Pingyao preserves traditional values rooted in Confucian ethics, family structure, and folk belief. Temples dedicated to city gods, martial deities, and ancestors reflect how religion, commerce, and governance were deeply intertwined. Festivals, rituals, and local customs continue to be practiced, giving the city a sense of continuity rarely found in historic sites. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Pingyao Ancient City stands not as a static museum, but as a living town where history, culture, and daily life remain closely connected. It offers a powerful insight into how ancient Chinese society organized space, power, and community within fortified walls. Fenghuang Ancient Town, located in western Hunan Province, is one of the most poetic and atmospheric historic towns in China. Built along the Tuo River and surrounded by misty mountains, the town is renowned for its wooden stilt houses, stone-paved streets, and slow, reflective rhythm of life. With a history of more than 300 years, Fenghuang preserves the character of a traditional river town shaped by both nature and ethnic culture. The town developed as an important military outpost and trading center during the Ming and Qing dynasties. Over time, it became home to several ethnic groups, most notably the Miao and Tujia peoples, whose customs and architectural styles remain visible today. This blending of Han and minority cultures gives Fenghuang a unique identity, expressed in decorative patterns, roof shapes, and community layout. One of Fenghuang's most striking features is its architecture. Hundreds of traditional stilt houses, known as Diao Lu, line the riverbanks, supported by wooden pillars driven into the riverbed. These houses were ingeniously designed to withstand seasonal flooding, allowing water to pass beneath them while living spaces remained dry. Built entirely from timber using interlocking joinery, many of these structures have endured for centuries without the use of metal nails. The old town is paved with natural blue stone slabs that have been worn smooth by generations of footsteps, yet remain remarkably intact. Narrow alleys wind between wooden houses, ancestral halls, temples, and small workshops. Local artisans continue to practice traditional crafts such as silver forging, hand embroidery, indigo dyeing, and wood carving, preserving skills passed down through generations. Life in Fenghuang follows the rhythm of the river. During the rainy season, parts of the riverside paths may flood, but the elevated houses remain safe, demonstrating the town's deep understanding of its environment. In the evenings, lantern light reflects on the water, and the quiet flow of the river enhances the town's dreamlike atmosphere. More than a scenic destination, Fenghuang Ancient Town is a living cultural landscape. It reflects how architecture, ethnic tradition, and natural geography can coexist in balance. Today, Fenghuang stands as a symbol of resilience, cultural continuity, and the timeless charm of China's historic river towns. Lijiang, ancient town, located in Yunnan province at the foothills of snow-capped mountains, is one of China's most distinctive and historic towns, and a living testament to harmonious urban planning. With a history of more than 800 years, Lijiang once served as a vital trading hub along ancient caravan routes linking Tibet, Sichuan, and Southeast Asia. Its strategic position allowed diverse cultures to meet, shaping a town unlike any other in China. One of Lijiang's most remarkable features is its sophisticated ancient water system. The town was built around natural underground springs that feed a network of canals, streams, and stone channels flowing through streets and courtyards. This system not only supplied clean water for daily life and firefighting, but also helped regulate temperature and maintain sanitation. Even today, the water flows continuously, reflecting centuries of careful planning and environmental awareness. Architecturally, Lijiang's traditional houses are constructed using timber frames, joined by mortise and tenon techniques without metal nails. Sloping tiled roofs, carved wooden beams, and stone foundations allow the buildings to remain flexible and resilient in a region prone to earthquakes. This traditional construction method has enabled many structures to survive major seismic events that damaged more modern buildings. Unlike the rigid grid patterns seen in many Chinese cities, Lijiang's layout follows the natural terrain. Streets curve organically along waterways, creating an irregular yet highly functional urban form. Stone bridges arch over canals, connecting neighborhoods and markets while offering picturesque views. This fluid design reflects the worldview of the Naxi people, the town's primary ethnic group, who emphasized balance between humans and nature. Culturally, Lijiang is deeply influenced by Naxi traditions. The town preserves unique music, religious practices, and the Dongba script, one of the world's last surviving pictographic writing systems. Ancestral halls, small temples, and public squares remain centers of community life, reinforcing strong social bonds. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997, Lijiang Ancient Town stands as a model of sustainable urban living rooted in tradition. It demonstrates how human settlement can adapt to geography, climate, and culture over centuries, creating a vibrant town where history continues to flow as naturally as its waters. Mount Eme, located in Sichuan province, is one of the 4 sacred Buddhist mountains of China, and a place where natural grandeur and spiritual tradition are deeply intertwined. Rising from the fertile Sichuan basin toward the eastern edge of the Tibetan Plateau, Mount Eme is renowned for its dramatic changes in landscape, climate, and atmosphere as elevation increases. Dense forests, deep valleys, waterfalls, and seas of cloud create an environment that has inspired pilgrims, monks, and poets for over 2,000 years. Mount Eme holds special significance in Buddhism as the sacred site of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Forhian Bo Tat, symbolizing practice, vows, and moral action. Buddhism was introduced to the mountain as early as the 1st century CE, making it one of the earliest Buddhist centers in China. Over time, temples, monasteries, and meditation retreats were built along the mountain's slopes, many positioned to harmonize with the surrounding terrain and natural features. The mountain's geography contributes strongly to its spiritual reputation. As visitors ascend, the environment shifts from subtropical forests to cool alpine zones, with temperature differences of more than 10 degrees Celsius within a single day. Thick mist and drifting clouds frequently obscure and reveal the landscape, creating moments of sudden clarity followed by mystery. Ancient records describe strange lights, echoes, and chanting sounds emerging from the mountain, phenomena often interpreted as spiritual signs by devotees. Mount Ame is also rich in biodiversity. It is home to ancient forests, rare plant species, and protected wildlife, including medicinal herbs valued in traditional Chinese medicine. The mountain's ecological diversity has been carefully preserved, reinforcing the Buddhist principle of respect for all living beings. Many temples maintain quiet, secluded environments that support long periods of meditation and monastic life. Among Mount Ime's most famous sights are its cliffside temples, stone stairways, and viewing platforms that overlook vast expanses of land below. Carvings of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are cut directly into rock faces, linking religious art with the mountain itself. Legends claim that these stone figures and hidden caves mark places where monks once practiced intense ascetic disciplines. Recognized as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a Natural Heritage Site, Mount Ime stands as a powerful symbol of spiritual cultivation through harmony with nature. It represents a sacred landscape where belief, ecology, and human devotion merge, offering visitors not only breathtaking scenery, but also a profound sense of inner reflection and timeless continuity. Mount Tai, located in Shandong Province, is one of the most revered mountains in Chinese history and culture. More than a natural landmark, it has long been regarded as the spiritual axis between heaven and earth. For thousands of years, Mount Tai symbolized imperial legitimacy, cosmic order, and the sacred relationship between the ruler and the heavens, making it the most politically and religiously significant mountain in ancient China. The mountain is closely associated with the Feng and Shan ceremonies, the highest state rituals performed by Chinese emperors. At least 13 emperors are historically recorded as having climbed Mount Tai to conduct these rites, which were meant to affirm their divine right to rule and ensure harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. The act of ascending the mountain itself was symbolic, an arduous journey representing moral cultivation, responsibility, and cosmic alignment. Physically, Mount Tai rises more than 1,500 meters above sea level and features rugged granite formations shaped over nearly 2 billion years, making it one of the oldest exposed geological structures on Earth. A network of more than 7,000 stone steps leads to the summit, passing temples, gates, pavilions, and inscriptions carved directly into rock faces. These steps, built without modern materials, have endured centuries of use, weather, and seismic activity. Mount Tai is also a vast open-air archive of Chinese history. More than 2,000 stone inscriptions and carvings remain scattered across its slopes, left by emperors, scholars, and pilgrims from various dynasties. These texts record imperial proclamations, philosophical reflections, and expressions of devotion, preserving political and cultural thought across millennia in solid stone. Legends and beliefs further deepen Mount Tai's mystique. Ancient Chinese cosmology viewed it as the Eastern Guardian Mountain, associated with birth, renewal, and the rising sun. Watching sunrise from the summit was believed to bring longevity and good fortune, a belief that continues to draw visitors who climb overnight to greet dawn above the clouds. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Mount Tai stands as a monumental synthesis of nature, history, and belief. It is a place where geology, ritual, and human aspiration intersect, embodying China's enduring vision of harmony between the natural world and the mandate of heaven. Mount Huangshan, located in Anhui Province, is one of China's most iconic and visually striking mountain landscapes. Often described as the embodiment of traditional Chinese landscape painting, Huangshan is famous for its jagged granite peaks, ancient twisted pine trees, seas of cloud, and dramatic light effects. For centuries, poets, painters, and philosophers have drawn inspiration from this mountain, seeing in it a perfect harmony between strength and elegance. Rising to heights of nearly 1,900 meters, Mount Huangshan is shaped by millions of years of geological activity. Its sharp granite formations, deep ravines, and narrow ridges were carved by erosion, creating a landscape that appears both rugged and otherworldly. Certain rock formations resemble mythical creatures or legendary figures, giving rise to poetic names and stories passed down through generations. These natural shapes reinforce the belief that Huangshan was a realm touched by immortals. Huangshan is closely linked to ancient Chinese mythology and Taoist thought. Legends claim that immortals once practiced alchemy on its peaks, seeking elixirs of eternal life. The mountain's name itself is associated with the legendary Yellow Emperor, believed to be a cultural ancestor of the Chinese people. Such myths elevated Huangshan from a natural wonder to a sacred and symbolic space. One of the mountain's most distinctive features is its ancient pine trees, many of which grow from sheer cliffs and rock cracks where soil is scarce. These pines, shaped by wind, snow, and time, became symbols of resilience and endurance in Chinese art. Combined with constantly shifting clouds and mist, they create scenes that seem to transform from moment to moment, reinforcing the idea of impermanence and change. Over the centuries, temples, stone paths, and viewing platforms were built along the mountain's ridges. These structures were carefully integrated into the landscape, minimizing disruption to the natural environment while allowing access to its most dramatic views. Old records also mention unexplained sounds and unusual geological features deep within the mountain, adding to its aura of mystery. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site for both its natural beauty and cultural significance, Mount Huangshan stands as a timeless symbol of China's aesthetic and spiritual imagination. It is a place where nature itself becomes philosophy, inviting visitors to contemplate endurance, transformation, and the profound beauty of the world beyond human design. Sanxingdui is one of the most mysterious and groundbreaking archaeological discoveries in China, radically reshaping modern understanding of ancient Chinese civilization. Located in Sichuan province, near the Min River basin, the site remained unknown for thousands of years, until major discoveries in the 20th century revealed a lost Bronze Age culture unlike anything previously recorded in Chinese history. The name Sanxingdui, meaning three-star mound, comes from three large earth mounds that marked the ancient settlement. Excavations at Sanxingdui uncovered thousands of artifacts made from bronze, gold, jade, and ivory, many dating back more than 3,000 years. Among the most striking finds are large bronze masks with exaggerated eyes, tall standing statues over 2 meters high, and intricate ritual vessels, unlike those of the Shang dynasty, which dominated northern China at the same time. The unique style and symbolism of these objects suggest that Sanxingdui represented a powerful and independent civilization with its own belief system and artistic language. One of the most puzzling aspects of Sanxingdui is the apparent absence of written records describing the culture. Despite its advanced craftsmanship and large-scale production, no known historical texts clearly identify this civilization or explain its sudden disappearance. This silence in written history has fueled intense debate among archaeologists and historians about the origins, identity, and fate of the Sanxingdui people. The artifacts themselves hint at complex religious practices. Many items appear to have been deliberately broken or burned before burial in sacrificial pits, suggesting large-scale ritual ceremonies. The oversized eyes on the bronze masks are often linked to ancient legends of divine beings or ancestral spirits capable of seeing beyond the human realm. Some scholars propose that these features symbolized spiritual vision or communication with the cosmos. Another enduring mystery is how Sanxingdui declined. Evidence suggests the civilization may have been abandoned suddenly, possibly due to environmental changes such as earthquakes or flooding that altered river systems in the region. Others believe political collapse or ritual transformation led to the burial of sacred objects and the relocation of the population. Today, Sangqingdui is recognized as a key archaeological site that proves ancient China was not a single, unified cultural origin, but a network of diverse civilizations. It challenges traditional historical narratives and continues to raise profound questions about cultural development, belief, and the hidden complexity of early human societies in East Asia. The Yin ruins, located near the modern city of Anyang in Henan province, mark the last capital of the Shang dynasty and represent one of the most important archaeological sites in Chinese history. This ancient city, known in historical records as Yin, flourished more than 3,000 years ago and stands as the earliest confirmed center of a fully developed Chinese state. The discovery of Yin ruins provided definitive proof of the Shang dynasty's existence, which had previously been known mainly through later historical texts and legend. Systematic excavations at Yin ruins began in the early 20th century and revealed a vast urban complex of palace foundations, royal tombs, workshops, and residential areas. Among the most significant finds were deep burial pits containing chariots, weapons, ritual vessels, and evidence of large-scale human and animal sacrifice. These discoveries revealed a highly stratified society ruled by a powerful royal elite that combined political authority with religious control. The most revolutionary discovery at Yin ruins was the unearthing of oracle bones, turtle shells, and animal bones inscribed with ancient characters. More than 1 million fragments have been found, recording royal divinations about warfare, agriculture, weather, health, and rituals. These inscriptions represent the earliest known form of Chinese writing, marking a critical turning point in the development of Chinese civilization. Through them, historians have been able to reconstruct Shang kings' names, events, and belief systems with remarkable detail. The Shang people believed strongly in communication with ancestors and supernatural forces. Kings acted as high priests, conducting divination rituals to seek guidance from ancestral spirits. The layout of the city and its ceremonial spaces reflects this worldview, where political power and religious practice were inseparable. Massive rammed earth structures and carefully planned drainage systems demonstrate advanced engineering and urban planning skills. Despite its sophistication, Yin was eventually abandoned, possibly due to political upheaval or military defeat, leading to the rise of the Zhou dynasty. The reasons for the city's decline remain debated, adding an element of mystery to the site. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Yin ruins stand as a cornerstone of Chinese archaeology. They mark the transition from prehistoric societies to an organized state system and preserve the origins of Chinese writing, ritual practice, and governance foundations that shaped Chinese culture for millennia to come. The ancient city of Lulan is one of the most enigmatic lost cities in China, buried deep within the arid expanse of the Lop Desert, near the eastern edge of the Taklamakan. Once a thriving oasis kingdom along the Silk Road, Lulan flourished as a vital crossroads connecting China with Central Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and the Western world. Today, its windswept ruins stand as silent evidence of a civilization that vanished under the sands. Lulan rose to prominence more than 2,000 years ago, benefiting from its strategic location near the once mighty Lop Nur Lake. The city served as a political, military, and commercial center, controlling key trade routes and providing shelter, water, and supplies to caravans crossing the desert. Chinese historical records mention Lulan as an influential kingdom that frequently shifted alliances between major powers, highlighting its importance in regional politics. Archaeological excavations revealed remnants of city walls, wooden buildings, streets, and irrigation structures, all remarkably preserved by the extreme dryness of the desert. Among the most striking discoveries are naturally mummified human remains, dating back more than 4,000 years, including the famous Lulan Beauty. Her preserved hair, clothing, and facial features provided rare insight into ancient populations, with DNA analysis suggesting genetic links to both East Asian and European groups. This evidence confirmed Lulan's role as a cultural and genetic crossroads. Written artifacts further deepen the mystery. Wooden tablets, inscribed with ancient scripts, including early forms of Chinese and Indic languages, indicate that Lulan was a multilingual society, engaged in wide-ranging trade and administration. These texts record taxation, legal matters, and daily life, revealing a surprisingly sophisticated urban system operating in one of the world's harshest environments. The sudden abandonment of Lulan remains one of its greatest mysteries. Most scholars believe environmental change played a decisive role, as shifting rivers and the drying of Lop Nur cut off the city's water supply. Without irrigation, agriculture collapsed, forcing the population to migrate. However, the absence of clear historical accounts describing the final days of the city continues to fuel speculation. Today, Lulan stands as a powerful symbol of impermanence. Its ruins remind us that even prosperous civilizations can disappear when nature, climate, and human adaptation fall out of balance. Hidden beneath desert sands, Lulan remains one of the Silk Road's most haunting archaeological legacies. Hidden beneath the clear, deep waters of Fuxian Lake in Yunnan province lies one of China's most mysterious archaeological discoveries, an ancient city resting silently on the lakebed. Fuxian Lake is the deepest freshwater lake in China, reaching depths of more than 150 meters, and its exceptional water clarity has made it possible for researchers to identify large man-made structures far below the surface. Unlike legends of sunken cities passed down through myth, the remains beneath Fuxian Lake are physically real and scientifically documented, yet still largely unexplained. The submerged site was first confirmed in the early 21st century using sonar scanning and underwater exploration. Researchers identified stone foundations, stairways, walls, and large platforms arranged in an organized, urban-like layout. The scale of the ruins suggests that this was not a small settlement, but a developed city, possibly covering several square kilometers. Massive stone blocks, carefully cut and precisely fitted, point to advanced construction techniques inconsistent with known local village cultures. One of the most intriguing aspects of the underwater city is the presence of carved stone symbols and patterns on some structures. These markings do not clearly match any recognized Chinese writing system, leading to speculation that the city may predate recorded regional history or belong to a poorly documented culture. Some carvings resemble geometric or symbolic designs rather than text, raising questions about their purpose, ritual, architectural, or symbolic. Equally puzzling is the absence of clear historical records describing a city of this scale sinking beneath Fuxian Lake. Ancient Chinese chronicles are typically detailed when it comes to natural disasters or the destruction of cities, yet no definitive account explains when or how this settlement disappeared. Some researchers propose that tectonic activity or sudden geological collapse caused the land to sink, while others suggest long-term climate change and rising water levels gradually submerged the city. The lake's low pollution levels and stable underwater conditions have helped preserve the ruins, turning Fuxian Lake into a rare underwater archaeological environment. However, the depth and scale of the site make full excavation extremely difficult. As a result, much of the city remains unexplored, leaving its age, cultural identity, and historical role uncertain. Today, the submerged ancient city of Fuxian Lake stands as a haunting reminder of how entire civilizations can vanish without clear traces in written history. It challenges existing narratives of regional development and continues to fuel curiosity about lost cultures, environmental change, and the fragile boundary between human achievement and the forces of nature. The Great Wall of China is one of the most ambitious architectural achievements in human history and the most iconic symbol of ancient Chinese civilization. Stretching across northern China for more than 21,000 kilometers, when all natural barriers and defensive branches are included, the Great Wall was not a single structure built at one time, but a vast military system constructed, expanded, and rebuilt over more than 2,000 years. It stands as a testament to human determination, engineering skill, and the strategic thinking of successive dynasties. The earliest sections of the wall date back to the 7th century BCE, when regional states built fortifications to defend against rival kingdoms and nomadic incursions. After the unification of China, Emperor Qin Shi Huang connected and strengthened many of these walls to form the first large-scale defensive line. Later dynasties, especially the Han and Ming, further expanded and reinforced the system. transforming it into a complex network of walls, watchtowers, beacon towers, fortresses, and military roads. Constructed from locally available materials, such as rammed earth, stone, and fired bricks, the Great Wall was designed to adapt to diverse landscapes, deserts, mountains, plains, and grasslands. In mountainous regions, the wall follows natural ridgelines, while in flat areas, it forms long, straight, defensive barriers. Watchtowers were placed at regular intervals, allowing soldiers to communicate rapidly using smoke signals by day and fire by night, creating an early warning system across vast distances. Today, the Great Wall stands as more than a military relic. It is a powerful symbol of endurance, unity, and the complex relationship between civilization and its borders. An enduring reminder of how history, myth, and human ambition are built stone by stone across the landscape. Ancient China is not merely a chapter preserved in history books, it is a vast, layered civilization that continues to reveal itself piece by piece. From sacred mountains and hidden monasteries to lost cities beneath deserts and lakes, each site we explored tells a story not only of power and belief, but of humanity's enduring desire to understand its place between heaven and earth. These places remind us that history is not fixed. It is something constantly rewritten as new discoveries come to light. What makes ancient China especially compelling is the balance between what is known and what remains hidden. Sealed tombs, undeciphered symbols, submerged ruins, and vanished cultures suggest that much of the past still lies beyond our reach. At the same time, the precision of ancient engineering, the depth of spiritual thought, and the scale of imperial ambition reveal a civilization far more complex than simple timelines can convey. Every ruin, carving, and legend invites us to look deeper and question what we think we already know. As technology advances, future generations may uncover answers to mysteries that today remain unresolved. Yet perhaps some secrets are meant to endure not as puzzles to be solved, but as reminders of humility in the face of time. Ancient China teaches us that civilizations rise and fall, landscapes change, and memory can fade, but human curiosity never disappears. Thank you for joining this journey through hidden ancient sites and forgotten stories. If these mysteries sparked your imagination, consider exploring further, because history is not only behind us, in many ways it is still waiting to be discovered.